How well prepared are you for life's unexpected curveballs? In today's video, we are diving into the 7 most common mistakes people make with their emergency funds, and we will explore the real life consequences of these blunders. Buckle up and let's dive in. Mistake 1. Deeping into your emergency fund for non-emergencies. Meet Vikram, a diligent saver with a well-funded emergency fund. Vikram has always been financially responsible, but today he is tempted by something shiny and new. He decides to buy this luxury gadget. It's not an emergency, but he always wanted it. And he thought, why not? My emergency fund has got me covered. But then life throws a curveball. Vikram's cars break down and he needs immediate repairs. It's a real emergency. Vikram now realizes the consequences of the earlier decisions. He had spent his entire emergency fund on non-essentials, leaving him unprepared for the true emergencies life can bring. With the fund depleted, Vikram has to scramble to cover their repair costs, perhaps resorting to high interest loans or interest cards. The lesson here is clear. Your emergency fund is your lifeline during unexpected financial crisis. It's not for splurges or nice to haves. Keep it intact and it will be there when you truly need it. Mistake 2. Not consistently adding to your emergency fund. Here is a mistake that often flies under the radar, not constantly adding to your emergency fund. Many people start with good intentions setting up an emergency fund, but then they forget to keep the contributions going. Consider this scenario. Life is moving along smoothly. You have got your emergency fund ready for action and you think you are financially prepared for whatever comes your way. But then, like a relentless series of thunderstorms, unexpected expenses start pouring in. Your car breaks down, a medical bill arrives, and suddenly your roof springs a leak. You turn to your emergency fund for help, but the pot isn't as full as you expected. You see, the problem is not the emergencies, it's that you stop constantly contributing to your fund. The consequence? When life storm clouds gather, your financial umbrella isn't as sturdy as it should be. But the good news is, it's never too late to start or restart your regular contribution to your emergency fund. With consistency and discipline, you can ensure your financial umbrella is always there to protect you when life throws the curveballs. So, don't let this mistake rain on your parade. Start building or replenishing your emergency fund today. Mistake 3. Parking your emergency fund in a low interest account. You have saved wisely, but you store your funds in a regular saving account with a meager interest rate. What happens with that? Your money languishes. It's not working for you. In a low interest account, it barely keeps the inflation. Over time, its real value shrinks. As prices rise, your emergency fund's buying power diminishes. When a crisis hits, what seems to be a substantial sum may fall short of covering the true cost. Solution? Park your emergency fund in a high-yield saving account or a money market fund. These options offer better interest rates, preserving the fund's value and providing financial security when you need it the most. Don't let your emergency fund collect dust. Make it work for you, growing quietly in the background, ready to shield you from the life's unexpected storms. Mistake 4. Being vague about what's an emergency. You have been diligent about saving for emergencies, but there is a problem. What you consider an emergency can sometimes be a bit fuzzy. It's easy to blur the lines between what is a true financial emergency and what's more of want than a need. Here is the consequence. Your car breaks down on a deserted road. Is it an emergency? Yes, it is. But what if it is because you missed a few routine maintenance checkups? Now you are in dilemma. You need your car and you have your emergency fund. Do you use it for repair or do you consider it as a result of negligence? You decide to use your emergency fund, but the lines between emergency and oversight remain blurred. And then an actual medical emergency arises, leaving you with limited funds. The lesson here is clear. Defining what constitutes a financial emergency is crucial. It prevents you from draining your safety net for non-essential expenses and helps you preserve it for when it actually counts. Mistake 5. Believing credit cards are an adequate emergency backup. You might think your trusty credit card can bail you out of any emergency. It's just a swipe away, right? But here is the reality. Relying solely on credit cards can be a slippery slope. Why? Because credit cards often come with high interest rates, turning that quick fix into a long term financial burden. The minimum payment might seem manageable, but they barely dent your actual debt. You end up paying much more in interest, and as the debt multiplies across multiple cards, it becomes a tangled web of financial stress. Relying on credit card means sinking into financial quicksand, making it harder to get back to your financial feet. So, what's the alternative? Start building a real emergency fund. It's your financial safety net and it won't drown you in interest. Remember, credit cards have their place, but they shouldn't be your primary emergency plan. A well funded emergency fund is your key to the financial peace. Mistake 6: neglecting insurance planning. You believe you're healthy and invincible, so you skip out on health insurance. But when an unexpected illness or accident strikes, you're left with hefty medical bills, draining your savings and financial security. You think your home is safe, so you avoid property insurance. Then a natural disaster or unforeseen damage occurs, leaving you with extensive repair costs that your emergency fund can't cover. You consider auto insurance an unnecessary expense, but a car accident leaves you with repair bills, liability costs, and potential legal trouble, creating a financial nightmare. You avoid life insurance thinking you are young and healthy. Tragically, an unexpected event occurs, leaving your loved ones financially vulnerable and unprepared. You decide to save money by not insuring your business. When an unexpected lawsuit or natural disaster strikes, your business could face significant financial setbacks or even closure. Neglecting insurance planning may seem like a way to save money, but it can lead to catastrophe when life's uncertainties strike. Protect your future and the loved ones by considering your insurer needs carefully. Mistake 7: setting and forgetting your emergency fund size. Imagine setting out on a long journey without checking if you have enough fuel in your tank. Your emergency fund is just like that fuel. It empowers you through the financial emergency, but there is one crucial mistake many make: forgetting your emergency fund size. You have carefully saved a fixed amount years ago, believing it would cover any emergency. But life doesn't stand still. Expenses, responsibility, and income changes. Now picture this: a medical emergency, your fixed emergency fund isn't enough to cover it. The stress mounts and you are left with limited options. What's the solution? Regularly assess your needs, revisit your emergency fund size as your life evolves, account for new expenses, family changes, and inflation. An emergency fund should adapt with you, providing peace of mind and true financial security. Don't set it and forget it. Instead, set it, monitor it, and adjust it. Your financial future will thank you. Financial preparedness is about staying one step ahead, ready for whatever life throws your way. So, what's the key takeaway here? Your emergency fund is your financial safety net, a shield against life's unexpected challenges. Avoid these mistakes, stay healthy, and remember that it's just not a piggy bank, it's a peace of mind in uncertain time. If you have liked this video, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to share this with your friends and relatives.